Hey everybody, it's Rascal. Welcome to the Basement Arcade. This review for the SteamDock from Skull Company has been a long time coming. I've promised this forever to the viewers. I've actually recorded the content probably weeks ago, but never had a chance to go ahead and put this together. So, guys, thanks for waiting. And without further ado, here's my review of the SteamDock by Skull Company. Okay, as you can see, here is my SteamDock. Got the box there. Let's take a look at the actual SteamDock itself. So I've got it all set up. And if you notice, you turn around here from the side. It's got a pretty good angle. Also a big tray there for supporting Steam Deck cases. The back, you've got a couple of ports. And then we have an additional port there on the side. So let's take a look at the rest of this. Alright, so this support for storing and traveling purposes can actually be put down. So let me move that cable out of the way, pop this in there, and this is the slim profile for traveling with you. Now this is where it all started. I actually used to have a Skull Company dock for my Nintendo Switch. Now this dock, you place the Switch into the dock and it plugs into the USB-C there on the bottom. Uses a little different mechanism. It actually has a little pop-up there. And now this is showing the basic or the regular core inside there, and we'll go into some more details on that later. Again, you just pop that up, push it in, and it is docked. Okay, let's take a look at the core itself. So I'll turn it upside down here, pry it open a little bit, remove it from the actual shell. There you can see how it just plugs on the inside. That's the USB-C that passes through. This is, again, the core drive. And we look at the back, got a few ports there, and then the one on the side as we saw before. We've got the USB-C power delivery in. Then we've got an HDMI out, a USB 3, another USB 3, power light, and then one more USB 3 over here on the side. This is the other core, the basic one, standard. You can see a few less ports, power delivery in, HDMI out, and one USB 2 port. It plugs in just the same. Align it, push it in, and there we go. Get back in business. Let's go ahead and pop that up, slide it in the slot. You got the Skull Company logo with ventilation holes back here for the Steam Deck. Nice rubber mount there, as well as in the bottom to protect your Steam Deck or your Steam Deck in a case. Very easy to use. Take your Steam Deck, put it right there on the bottom of the dock. Take the USB-C cable and plug it into the top port where you normally would plug in a charging cable. If you take a look closely here, there's a little bit of a gap. That's actually a good thing. This is to support third-party cases. This is something that the OEM dock does not do very well. Let's go ahead and get set up to using this on my monitor. So you can see I've got the standard core in here. Just has one USB 2. So I plug in my power adapter. That is the standard Valve OEM power adapter. Plug in a little Logitech dongle there for my keyboard and mouse. Just notice the power light on, so you know it's actually working. And we'll plug in the HDMI, and we are just about ready to get this set up on my computer screen. Okay, so we're all ready. We're going to go ahead and dock it like I showed you. Just place it there in the dock. Take the USB-C cable, plug it in, and it's automatically trying to switch over to the HDMI output. Clear that out, kind of move the camera, get a better view here. And to show you what I want to show you, and that's going to be some speed tests here, we're going to have to go to desktop mode. So I'll go to the Steam menu, power, and go to desktop. So we're switching to desktop now. And it's going to default with the primary being on the display itself. We want to move that to the monitor. So I pull up the preferences, reposition things as they are, put the Steam Deck down there on the bottom. Select the top one, make it primary, and things should switch over pretty easily. Alright, once we got this set up, close that window out, and then we're going to go ahead and find a web browser and bring up speed test. Okay, speed test is ready to go. Let it cache everything. Zoom in a little bit so you can see what we're talking about here. And click go. Now this is pure Wi-Fi. And for reference, my internet connection here is a gigabit in and then 40 megabits up. So right now we are purely on the Wi-Fi of the device, hitting right around 400 and change. Final number is 425 down. And as I would expect, pretty close to 40 megabits up. So this is Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and check out a couple of Ethernet speed tests. Now since this hub did not come with its own Ethernet port, we're going to go ahead and test out with a Ugreen USB-A dongle. So I'm just going to plug it into an Ethernet cable that I've got plugged into my hub, actually switch. I wasn't really using that dongle anyway. So let's go ahead, put this around the back. A lot of wires on this desk. Alright, so we've got that connected. And I saw it switch to Ethernet on the display. So we're going to zoom in. These were our old numbers, 425 and 3818. That was on Wi-Fi. Let's see how it compares on Ethernet. Keep in mind this is a USB 2 port. So let's go ahead and hit go. See what our results are now. Ooh, not even hitting 300 yet. Hovering around 260, 270. So it looks like on Ethernet we've ended up with 315 down. And we're going to get about the same up, 38 and change. So we were actually faster on Wi-Fi, given the Wi-Fi speeds I have, than on Ethernet using USB 2. Now we're going to try the Pro Core with the USB 3 ports and see what we get out of that. So we're going to use the same adapter we used before, Ugreen Ethernet adapter. Get that plugged into the back. And then let's go ahead and get it docked up again. Again, put it in the dock, plug in the USB-C cable there at the top. And let me move the camera up, back to the screen. Alright, since it's the same monitor, I didn't have to make any changes to make this the primary, so that's a good thing. So let's just go back to speed test, click go, and see what we got out of Ethernet this time. We are well past the USB 2 Ethernet test. Almost double the Wi-Fi speed, getting almost all of my gigabit. Looks like we've got 882.47, and again the upload's going to be right around 38. No surprise there. So to recap, we got 425 megabits on Wi-Fi, 315 on USB 2, and here on USB 3, 882 megabits. So let's compare that to what the Ethernet port inside the OEM dock will do. So I got plugged in straight to the OEM dock. We'll go ahead and plug in. And let's go back to speed test. So this is the OEM dock, Ethernet plugged right into the dock. Alright, we're well up there, hitting close to 800. We're right about the same territory we were with USB 3. We were at 882 with USB 3, and now we are 884 on a raw Ethernet port. And again, the upload speeds are going to be 38 and change. Nothing can stop that because it's a small number. So it looks like if you want to go ahead and get the Ethernet speeds of the OEM dock with this, all you need is a simple little USB 3 Ethernet adapter. So let's take one last look around here. So going around, we have a total of 3 USB 3 ports, the HDMI, and the power delivery in. Resting at a nice angle. That power cable's got a lot of space in there. And take it apart, just unplug it, pull that out. Move the cable off that little notch it has. Pull the back plate, place it in, and again, slim little package, ready to go on the road with you. Skull Company SteamDock and SteamDock Pro. Okay guys, so there you have it, my review of the SteamDock by Skull Company. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this. This is my most used dock, shy of the OEM dock by Valve. It does almost everything I need for my day-to-day, and for a great price with a lot of versatility. So if you guys like it, I've got a link to it in the show notes. And speaking of liking things, if you like this video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. And also, if this is the kind of content you like, and you're not subscribed already, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and you'll be notified when there's new content on the channel. Thanks, have a great day, and game on.